Hi kids! How are you today? Well, I hope you have a great day. Now, I know most of you out there live with your family. You know, father, mother, brother, sister. It's not an easy crowd to live with. Well, but our family is the first place that we learn to live each other before we live in the society. It is important for us to learn to communicate and interact with our family before we interact with other people. Now, are you ready, kids? You know what time it is? You're right! It's the scroll in the bowl. We're going to find this one little scroll inside a big bowl right there, as we always do. We're going to take this scroll right here. Well, let's see. That one little scroll that tells us the lesson that you and I are going to learn. Yeah, it's going to be, I had a feeling today is going to be a great day. I just had that feeling, you know. And, well, I tried to find the scroll. Keep shaking. Nah, that's not the scroll. No, that's not the scroll. Oh, I think I started to think that's the scroll right here. So, let's see. Is this a scroll? Oh, okay. No, this is not the scroll. This one it is. All right. Let's see this little scroll. What we're going to learn for today. Well, look at that. It's a one word, but I think it's a good thing to talk about this. Here's our lesson today. Envy. Today, I have something special for you. I'm going to invite you to see the puppet show. Do you like puppet show? All right, kids, sit down and sit tight and let's enjoy the show. The last time we were here, we learned about God ousted Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden. So, now apparently Adam and Eve, which you see right here they are out from the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve have two sons. Now they started out a family and they have two sons, which is Cain and Abel. Now, here are their sons. This is the firstborn of them. His name is Cain. And his second son, Abel. Now, Adam and Eve, as you see right here, and their sons, Cain and Abel, are the first family on earth. Look at that. These are the first family on earth. Adam, Eve, Cain, and Abel. Now, Cain and Abel grow to be a mature man, and they choose their own profession. Cain, he chose to be a farmer. He goes to the fields, he followed the footsteps of Adam. His dad is a farmer, so he followed his dad. So here's Cain, and here's what he do. He produced these fruits and vegetables. That's what basically Cain do. He's a farmer. Now, Abel, on the other hand, he became a shepherd. He works in the fields, here's Abel, and he had sheep. Yeah, that's how sheep may sound, right? That's Abel and his sheep. Now, the story, or our story today, started when Cain and Abel went to give and present their offering to the Lord. So, let's see what happened. Now, here comes Cain and Abel, far away, went up through the mountain. Now, here's Cain and here's Abel. So, they went up to the mountain. Let's put them right here. Okay, I have to put them up on this board so they won't move, and I will tell you the story. Now, there you go. There it is. It's really nice, isn't it? Here's Cain and here's Abel. Now Cain and Abel went up one morning, and Cain told his brother, "Brother, what do you bring for the Lord today?" "I'm bringing my crops, my finest of my fields, and I'm going to present this for the Lord." And, "Well, brother," said Abel, "I'm bringing my best sheep, the firstborn one. He's the best one of my livestock." So apparently we saw what Cain and Abel bring. Cain, he bring his fruits. Right here, yeah, you see the fruits? Those things, he bring this for his offering, and Abel bring the sheep. Yep, he bring the firstborn of his sheep for God. Now, Mara's secret word, firstborn. It means the best of them all. Abel was about to give that firstborn sheep for the Lord. Firstborn, eh? Let's see if God's going to receive that. In his heart, Cain said, "I bet God's going to receive mine more than Abel." "Okay, brother, let's set up the altar." So they went up and set the altar. Abel and Cain set their altar each other. Well, this is the altar of Cain. And Abel apparently slayed the sheep and put the sheep as an offering. Well, that's how they practiced back in the old days. Kids, they have to slay the lamb, and the lamb is dead. Now you see the lamb is on the top of that altar right there. So, guess which one that God received the offering? Wait, let me put this Cain right here. He doesn't stand right, so I have to stand him right here. Okay, so now you see, guess whose offering that God received? You're right. It was Abel's offering. Now, what happened next is Cain was really angry because Cain saw Abel's offering received by the Lord. Abel was really joyful, like, "Praise the Lord, he received my offering." While Cain, from far away, watches and said in his heart, "Why did the Lord not receive my offering? I've given my best crop." Oh, that's what Cain do. And then the Lord come and warn Cain from far away. "Cain," the voice of the Lord came to him. "Cain, why did you let your heart anger? Don't keep the anger, Cain. Do not open any chance for the sin to come in." But it seems Cain had turned deaf on his ear and not listening the Lord's voice to him. So what happened next? Cain's anger rises as he see Abel was jumping and hopping and happy about the offering. Cain's face became more deeper and deeper in anger. Well, in my opinion, the Lord keep talking to Cain like, "Cain, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." But Cain's like, oh yes, you see, Cain became so angry, waxed hot in his heart, like, "Ooh, why? Oh, that's what happened. Wow, you can feel Cain's anger in his heart. He's really angry, and that doesn't seem a happy face to me. So, what happened after the turn of the event? They went home, both of them. Well, as you see Cain's face, I don't think they went home with a happy ending. Here's our lesson start to thinking. Here's our lesson start that we have to take a lesson that when the Lord said something to you, please listen to God's word. That's our first lesson. Every time the voice of God comes to you, you better listen. Now, Cain's emotion filled him so much that he cannot hear what God said. Now, Cain called Abel his brother. Abel? Oh, hey brother. I saw the Lord receive your offering. I want to invite you to eat with me. Oh, okay. So where to? Oh, just come with me and then we'll get some food. Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, all right. Well, so they go together. Well, remember when Cain's expression go like this? Yeah, doesn't sit well. His face might be seems joyful. In his face, you might be he go like that, but his heart go like this. Like he hides it behind his heart. So Abel, he's not suspicious when he saw his brother's face go like this. But the fact he actually angry, he don't know. So what happened is, so Cain and Abel, yeah, they gone together. Yeah, here I am. Okay, and this happened. Yeah. You see the stone in Cain's hand? Yeah. He killed Abel. Yeah. Abel's no more. Good Abel went up to heaven. Well, his blood screams up to the Lord. And Cain, somehow, knowingly, when he walks home, here's him, knowing that he did something wrong, and he thought, no one knows, not even the Lord. But then, on his way home, God asked Cain, Cain! Why, God? Why did you call me? Where's your brother Abel? Cain asked. Do I know? Am I my brother's keeper? He's big. He can't take care of himself. No! I know what you did, Cain. I know what you did. And for what you did, you will receive your punishment. Oh, we can say Cain's face turns pale. That's what happened. You see, kids, from this lesson today, we learned something very important. Number one, you listen to God's voice when He warns you. Number two, avoid every possibility of doing evil. And number three, in our brim of the option, always choose to follow and obey the Lord. Remember these three lessons that we're learning today. Now, kids, remember the lesson that we learned today. And remember that very deeply. Take them into your memory and your heart. Now, don't forget to tell your mom and daddy what we learned today. And bring more friends for more fun learning. And remember, kids, always love your family. Until next time, bye-bye.